Robert Morris came into Bishop Darcy Stadium with a great game plan. Keep the ball away from Nick Ferrer and the Cougar offense. But your number 4 ranked University of St. Francis football team made the big plays when they counted most in the 28-21 win over the Eagles this past Saturday.
Well, first of all, I compliment Robert Morris. They're an outstanding football team. Their talent level is extremely high. Got great players. They're well coached. I think they have a class program. I'm impressed with their coaching staff. The coach admitted to me they spent some extra time in preparing for our game and almost bit them in the Trinity week. But nonetheless, they had a good plan and played great football. And we played Cougar ball. I mean, we fought and scratched and clawed and found a way to win. You know, the touchdown right before the half with Nick Tabaz was just a great play. Not exactly how it was drawn up, but you know, we made a play. You know, we had several red zone stops in the game defensively, and then the goal line stand. I'm not sure if I've seen one quite like that before. You know, first and goal at the 6-inch line and not get in. Kids played with passion and desire. You know, the long pass they had, Willie Cole came out with an injury. Ryan Johnson came in, freshman, got beat on a vertical throw, and then didn't quit on the play, ran the guy down, knocked the ball out, and if you slow-mo it, you know, he knocked that thing out of the end zone. Should have had the ball back, but nonetheless, you know, we kept playing and dealt with the things that we had control of. I could have been proud. Great team victory.
To start the game, it was Robert Morris in control. They had the ball for 13 minutes and 19 seconds to St. Francis 1 minute and 41 seconds.
Well, they converted probably about 80% of third down conversions there in the first half, and it was about 30% in the second half. So the defensive staff made some adjustments, but the game plan was to control the clock, take the time, go down and get them to score. They were snapping the thing 2-3 seconds on the clock. It was a great plan, and they were executing well. And quarterback made plays, had trouble containing him on the boot. Great running back, great speed at receivers. So our defense had a real challenge and found a way to win.
That wasn't the only challenge the defense faced. Linebacker Eric Dunton had to leave the game in the second quarter due to injury. Piercen Harnish moved to will linebacker, which put middle linebacker Matt Muncy in position to make the biggest stop of the game.
So basically throughout the rest of the game, on rundowns, Matt would come in, play Mike, and then I would move over and play the will, which I played last year. But on passing downs, Jamal Jackson would come in, he would bump me back to Mike and he'd play the will. So that's how we did the rest of the game, and it ended up working in our favor. Yeah, it was a great stand. I mean, getting the ball on first and inches, and having the guys up front stuff a quarterback run for two times in a row, and then Sparks making a great play on the outside, and then obviously Matt Muncy, he had a great play. He ran down the quarterback and tackled him right before he entered the end zone. You know, Matt's done a great job. I mean, he knows what's happened and how we're doing this year, and he's been a great role player. He's done a great job. He keeps the spirit up, and he's been just a great teammate and a great player overall.
There's no question about it. First of all, I want to mention Matt Muncy. Came in off the bench there with the injury and had the final tackle to save the game on that goal line stand. So I'm so happy for him. Piercen Harnish is an extraordinary young man. He is a winner, plays so hard, always goes above and beyond the call of duty. He's a leader, he's a player. He's the kind of young man you'd want your daughter to bring home. And great family, and I have ultimate respect for Piercen.
And Harnish is already putting together a great career, and he's only a sophomore. Last year, he became the first ever USF true freshman to be named first team All-Mid-States Football Association. And after his 13-tackle performance against Robert Morris, he's back to leading the Cougar defense in tackles, right in front of Lucas Sparks and Eric Dunton.
I think it's been a running joke. I mean, they're both great players. I mean, Sparks is just playing his butt off. He's done a great job this year, and yeah, I think he's leading the team in sacks. He's also up there in the top of the country. And Dunton, he's been just, I mean, we just didn't expect him to do this year, and he's done a great job, and we've just been overall impressed with both of them.
And the MSFA was so impressed with Sparks' performance versus Robert Morris that they named him the Conference Defensive Player of the Week for the second time this season. The senior defensive end ranks number 2 in the NAIA with 10 sacks and number 6 with 14 tackles for a loss.
Oh, Sparks is a great player. I mean, this is his 5th year here, and he's got to watch a lot of great players, like you said, like Bruce a couple years ago, and he got to learn how to play defensive end correctly, and he just has an act for the ball. So like, he'll see a pulling guard, and this past game, he made the tackle in front of me because he saw the pulling guard. I mean, not many defensive ends can do that, and Sparks has done a great job this year, and he's one of those quiet leaders. So he goes by, we follow him by his actions. So I think that's a great thing Sparks does too.
With just 2 games left in the regular season, the Cougs have already played in closer games than they did a year ago. Is the conference becoming that much better? Maybe. But one thing's for sure, these Cougs are playing Cougar football.
Every season is going to be different. Last year was just a different feel. This year's a different feel. We have different seniors, different players. And I think it comes down to, at the end of the games, what team wants to win the game. And I think both teams this year and last year had the same motivation, just win the game at the end. Doesn't matter if you're up 60, if you're up 10, you're up 2, you're going to win the game. You're going to put everything you got into the game, and I think that has both been what I felt is the same as both teams.
Last year, after 12 games, the St. Francis defense had 19 interceptions and returned 6 of those for touchdowns. This year, after 8 games, the Cougars have 7 interceptions with 0 defensive touchdowns. But this year's defense ranks number 1 in sacks and ranks number 7 overall in the NAIA.
Well, our defensive staff has followed my order, and that is to make sure that we stop the run. Our priority going into this season is that we were not going to allow people to run the ball down our throat. That has been accomplished. We'll continue to improve in pass coverage and pressures. I guess we're leading the world in sacks right now, closing in on a school record. So we're going to continue that pressure scheme, and got confidence in our coaches. We're going to continue to improve on the back end.
You know, it's been a lot different. We got different guys in the backfield. I think having Eric Himmelgarn up front, I mean, he's just harassing the quarterback, and I think that's a big key in our run defense. I mean, he makes plays every down. He's either driving the center back into the quarterback's lap, or he's making the tackle for loss. So I think that's been a key factor in our run defense, our sacks, and I think overall everything too. I mean, you want to make a team one-dimensional. Like Coach said, you want to stuff the run. So I mean, you said we're 6th in the country stuffing the run. I think that's a great thing. But I think teams know that we're capable of scoring the ball when we get the ball in our hands. And I think when we're leading the team or leading the country in sacks, I think that's the reason why quarterbacks are tucking instead of just getting rid of the ball, and we're capitalizing. I think that's a big factor, and I think quarterbacks are getting better in our league. I mean, last year, obviously they were still great, but I think this year we're seeing some better technique, sound quarterbacks, and they know what to do with the ball, and I think it's hard for us to capitalize. Plus, Sparks and Himmelgarn are kind of sacking the quarterback about every other play.
And sometimes it does seem like that, but this Saturday, when Missouri Baptist comes into town, which quarterback will it be? They have 3 with at least 40 pass attempts under their belt. And with a 2-6 record, the Spartans already have 2 more wins than last year.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Missouri Baptist players play hard. They give everything they got every down. They fought their way back. They were behind in Upland, Indiana against Taylor, and found a way to come back and win. So, we've got to buckle up and be ready, because they're going to come after us.
Like you said, it comes down to us. I think you never take any team lightly. You prepare for the same team every week. You prepare the same way, and it just comes down to how well you're going to perform on Saturday. Be the same team out there. Don't take any team for lightly. You could be playing Marion. You could be playing someone that's 0 for that week. It doesn't matter. Take them the same technique you would do, and just play our game. I mean, obviously they're throwing teams, so we got to be able to take that away from them. But when in doubt, I mean, you just got to go out and be better than them.